Oh, okay. Shout out to Alexis.
Shout out to
Triana.
Jessica.
Shout out to Triana.
Shout out to Sarah.
Shout out to Khalil.
Shout out to Ronald.
Shout out to Ruben.
Shout out to Jamal.
Skip like 2
I
names.
know.
Shout out to Dramiana and McKelty.
Shout out to Caleb. Yeah, Caleb.
Shout out to Logan.
Shout out to what I want to do now. Sierra Smith.
What? Shout out to Devontae, Naja, Sonia. Shout out to Monique.
Shout out to Tara.
Shout out to my new friend Lasia and Andre.
Shout out to
Lex.
Shout out to Lexi.
Shout out to Demarion and Akia. I want to say your name.
Shout out to Kiara. Shout out to Kiara.
Shout out to Javian.
Shout out to Aisha.
Shout out to Clemente. I don't know how to say your name. Nice.
Shout out to Jenna.
Jenna. Shout out to Nash. Shout out to Miss Scott.
Shout out to Tayshawn.
Shout out to Jamaria.
Shout out to Elijah.
Elijah.
Howard.
Shout out to Emily.
Shout out to Chloe.
Shout out to Cheyenne.
Shout out to Ariane.
Shout out to Nels. Whoever you are.
Shout out. Shout out to.
I said them first.
Oh yeah. Wow. Shout out to Brenda.
Shout out to Mila.
Shout out to Melanie.
Shout out to Jalen.
Shout out to Roxanne.
Shout out to Tamara.
Shout out to Carly.
Shout out to Asia. Love you, best friend.
Shout out to Shay Priest.
Shout out to Draquan.
Shout out to Dana.
Man, you said my sexy name. Shout out to Tiana.
Shout out to Tyson.
Shout out to Melena.
Shout out to Sean.
Shout out to Adia.
Shout out to Jake. Penny.
I want to say it. Shout out to Penny.
Shout out to William.
Shout out to Taya.
Shout out to Monet.
Shout out to Amari. Sierra Smith.
We already said her.
We did? No, we
Yeah.
said a different Sierra.
No.
Oh, then that's supposed to be Sierra. That's supposed to be Sierra T.
And we said Sarah.
Oops.
Shout out to Michael.
Shout out to Jada. Oh, wait, and shout out to my baby mama Sierra Trailer. Yeah. So if I don't know you, message me because like, ooh, my baby, why my baby look like that? Okay, anyways, we're done.